Good morning. Well, now, if you think back to last week's teaching and one of those great videos we saw, there was a moment where our very presence in a place can just transform that environment or that person. And it reminded me of something that had happened the night before. On my emergency ambulance, we were called to a middle-aged lady who had chest pain and difficulty in breathing. And when I got there, I found that she couldn't speak or understand any English, although she did have a daughter there to translate. And I quickly ascertained that she was in some distress. She was actually having a panic attack, but it was really quite a serious distress situation. And with a panic attack, we don't just there's nothing we can reach into our medical bag and pull out. You have to really help people coach their breathing. And some ambulance crews get a bit fed up and they just say to the patient, oh, just slow your breathing down, slow your breathing down. But I asked the daughter what might have been the trigger here. And she said, my mum's just arrived from the Ukraine a couple of months ago. Both my brothers, her sons, are on the front line fighting, and she's not heard from them for a few months. And in that moment, I just knew I'm not leaving this place now until God has met with her and we have resolved this distress, this panic. And I stood her up and I just held her, because it's great in the ambulance service, you can actually touch people. And I held her and I looked in the eyes, and even though she couldn't understand a word I was saying, I just spoke reassurance over her, and it just felt like I was really ministering to her, because I didn't have anything but Jesus. And this lady needed to find a place of peace that night. And, it took an hour. But after an hour, she did need a blood test at the hospital, and we took her into the ED. And as I said goodbye, she leapt up from her seat and gave me a great big hug in the middle of the ED. And I just knew that was why I was on duty that night, was just to be a presence of Jesus, just to hold her and look her in the eye and minister to her when words fail us and we had nothing else in our toolkit. And it just reminded me of that video that Jamie said. And we bring Jesus to every situation we're in, don't we?